computer and go live. All right. Got it. I think we are. Let me refresh my page. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. We are live. And I've got, it's only showing me, there we go, gallery. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tina Hewerman, and I am a network marketer and coach, digital creator, content creator out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa. And I'm so honored and excited to introduce to you someone that I completely fangirl over. Courtney is a rock star when it comes to taxes. I first heard her on an Eric Worre podcast. And with that, I had to find her. So I went to Facebook and I'm searching. I started following her content, listening to her advice. I've been an in-home business owner for 25 years now. I started 16 years as a daycare provider and then went into the network marketing field, and just honored, Courtney, that you gave me this platform to interview you, because as you said right before we started, people need this information because I'm going to let you explain it best. But a home business is so vital to what we pay in taxes each month. So I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Yep. So, hey guys, I'm super excited to be on here with Tina, and I'm glad she reached out to me because it's been quite some time since I've done a live. And now, probably more than ever, we need to be focused on freeing up money. And because just making more money, we've all seen, I remember a year ago where, the Democrats, Biden, whatever, I don't even know who started at this point, but they wanted to raise raise to $15 an hour for us, that would be minimum wage. And now forcefully, we are above minimum wage. A lot of people are having to make more than minimum wage. I just saw recently in Asheville the other day that Chick-fil-A was charging $19 an hour, or paying $19 an hour for someone to work. And I was just talking to my staff today, and I'm like, that's not going to cut it for the person making $19 an hour, because everything just went up 40%. But two, the issue is the restaurants are going to have to go up. And now it's cheaper to actually go eat at a normal restaurant, a everyday restaurant, than it is to eat at a fast food restaurant, because they have to have so many employees. And so all of these things are starting to shift, and it's never been a better time to understand the tax code, because last week they just went up. Everybody, across the board, they went up on taxes. I haven't even had time to read the new tax laws that have been implemented, but everybody across the board is going to pay more in taxes. And, we were taught that wasn't going to be the case. We were told that, and, very much knew that was going to happen. So how do we get ahead in the world that we're living in today? And that has to be focusing on freeing up money. Now, you could free up money by creating a budget and, spending less money, but it's costing more money to even survive. Or the second thing, which I think is the most important thing, and the actual number one expense that we have, is taxes. Is how do we free up money in taxes so that we can offset what's going on with our economy right now? And because this isn't going to last forever, right? You can't pay fast food restaurant employees $19 an hour and continue to keep all of the business that you have, because people are not going to be able to afford the increases in and going out to eat. So how do we free up money? That first, and I'll just kind of give you my background and where I really started teaching and educating people on having a home-based business was 5 years ago. I heard some statistics, and those statistics were from Grant Cardone. And now, granted, I have been a business owner for 21 years. Like I don't work well with others, meaning I don't work well with people telling me what to do. And so naturally, I got to be a business owner because I wasn't going to work in a corporate America. But I hated taxes. Like, I hated them. I actually spent my first tax season and I quit in the middle of my first tax season working for a large firm. And that's what I thought I wanted to do. And I just hated it. I hated the hours. I hated the time spent. And I felt like no one really cared about what we were doing. But what I didn't realize is the piece and the tax strategy that is really what helps people. You know, my job is to put information into tax software, you know, or my employees do that. And from there, it's like finding money. Well, I had done I continued to do taxes January through April. Like I would always do tax returns January through April. So I had a clientele, but the rest of the time, April through December, I was trying to do everything but taxes, right? I mean, because let's face it, who really wants to do tax returns for a living? Who really wants to do paperwork for a living? And so anyway, my parents had actually gotten me involved in a network marketing business. And I did tax returns for people in the company I was in. I made it to the top 1% of this company. And I started doing tax returns for people, not to grow my accounting practice, but to prove to them that they were far better off to keep their membership in the company that we were in instead of just being a W-2 employee. And it was almost like a case study. I did over 900 tax returns in that company, and I realized that I could save the average family, $4,000 to $8,000 a year in taxes. So fast forward, you know, I'm here June 2017, I believe is when it was. And I heard these statistics by Grant Cardone, and it said that the average household in America makes $60,000 a year. They'll pay $14,000 in taxes, leaving them with a take home of $46,000. But the problem is that the cost of living in America is $53,000 a year. So that means that the average household in America is going in debt $7,000 a year to work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year to take 2 weeks paid vacation. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, I was actually, and I'll be very honest with you, me and my husband had agreed. See, I was building my accounting practice only temporarily, and we agreed to a dollar amount per month that I was bringing in. And my husband said, you know, then if you want to start focusing on network marketing again, you can do that. And that number was $10,000 a month. So that would suffice our family. And if I wanted to go out on a part-time basis and build network marketing, it's not that I couldn't have done it anyway. It was just, we had that agreement. That we came to an agreement. And I was actually, when I was listening to that webinar by Grant Cardone, I was on my way to Tampa, Florida to join a network marketing company and meet with the company owners. And because I didn't want to do taxes. And so here's what happened. When I heard those statistics and I put together the 900 tax returns that I had done, and I'd taken somebody from just being a W-2 employee the year before, and then the next year they had a business. Not necessarily were they making a lot of money, but they were saving $4,000 to $8,000 a year. And if I'm saving $4,000 to $8,000 a year, that's equivalent to me bringing home $7,000 to $12,000 a year, and because of taxes. And I'm like, man, I'm the only person that knows this information. I'm the only accountant that understands the network marketing industry enough, and the home-based business industry, that would be willing to step out and speak about this. And I can't join a network marketing company. I have to work for network marketers, and I have to teach them and educate them, because I truly believe that this can change the world. Because if we can take someone who is going in debt, working their butt off every single day for someone else, and then they start actually bringing in money, then they can start using that money to create financial freedom, and they can start building their business part-time, and that become a full-time income, and they could walk away from their current W-2 job, and everything shifts from there. Because see, here's what I know, like, you can go work for someone, and the minute that you stop working there, you no longer have an income. But if you build a business, a network marketing business, a traditional business, whatever you want to do, then you could sell that business, right? I mean, you can't sell your job. You could sell that business. You continue to get residual income, because either, you know, if you're in a traditional world, employees help you create residual income. in the network marketing world, you don't need employees. You don't have to have all the overhead and everything. And you still continue to create a residual income based upon products that you already sold. Now, and I have so many people that just don't understand the concept of network marketing. So here's what I'll tell you network marketing is. And I will just disclaimer, I'm not in network marketing. I don't build any companies. And I speak for companies. I speak for over 150 different companies and leaders. And also I'm a speaker for Les Brown and Tony Robbins. And so, you know, I've seen this world. I've done just about everything that there is to do on a retail level, on a wholesale company. I've owned, you know, I've owned an accounting firm, an insurance agency. I've been in network marketing. Like I've done it all, really. Just trying to find, you know, what does Courtney want to do? What is my purpose in life? And my purpose in life is to heal people financially. And that starts with educating them and teaching them that they have to have some sort of home-based business, right? And then when we can heal people financially, we can heal them physically. They can buy the products that they need to buy. They can buy the good groceries instead of the ones in the middle, you know, in the middle of the grocery store. They can buy the ones on the outside, like the healthy stuff, because that's more expensive. They can then from there heal mentally, right? Because they're getting the good stuff in, and that helps their brain and all this stuff. And then, you know, eventually we heal them spiritually, and that's kind of the hopes. But my piece is when we can heal someone financially, we're not only freeing up money for them, but then they get to go share that information with others and help them. And so it's like a ripple. You are literally creating a ripple. And when people ask me, you know, what I do or what I did when I was involved in network marketing, I would just clearly say, you know, I help people find a product at wholesale versus retail. I help them find a way to buy those products and to make a little bit of extra money if they want to do that. They don't have to do that. And then meanwhile, I'm saving money in taxes, and they're saving money in taxes if they decide to join me. And that makes a lot of sense, because instead of me going out every single day and just helping myself, working a job, I go out every single day and I'm helping other people, right? I'm building my team, but I'm also helping other people build their team, because here's what I know. If you stay in network marketing long enough, you're going to get the skills and the knowledge that you need in order to start making money. And just by sheer nature, hanging around with these people, you start learning, things just start coming off. Like for me, I think the first one was 8 years ago. It was actually, I mean, literally within a matter of days, 8 years ago, I made the decision. No, yesterday, 8 years ago, I made the decision to take my kids out of public school. I made that decision because I'd been in network marketing, and I realized the freedom that could come with network marketing and the ability that I had to be able to travel all over the world with my family and be able to write all those things off as tax deductions and not have any boundaries, not have anything holding me back, not having an August to June, you know, schedule that had to hold me back and keep my family away from us. And I wanted to build a business that my family would love. And I took my kids out of public school. Best thing that I ever did. But I was in such a different mindset, and I learned that from network marketing. I was able to step outside, because all my family worked for public school and worked for the government. And I'm like, this is what we're going to do. My family thought I was nuts, you know, and it was been the best decision, you know, of my entire life, was to pull my kids out of public school and have the ability to do that. Now, here's the cool part. Now I get massive tax deductions to do that. You know, we just moved into a new house, and we actually, like, I'm in my bedroom right now. And looking out to my right is a 5-car garage that we just are renovating right now, and we're turning that into our office. So I have a 6,000 square foot office right now that we pay $12,000 a month for. That's about 5 miles down the road. But the bigger picture is that I've wanted for the last 3 years, since we moved out of my home, because we had 13 employees, and it's kind of tough. You got 13 employees and 6 children and a dog and a husband. Like, that was just kind of crazy. But I've longed for having my business at home. And so now I'm 200 feet, or maybe 100 yards from our building that we're building out. And I can sit here in my room and I can work and my employees are there. And guess what? It's all tax deductible. And because I allow my employees to work on my property, guess what? My swimming pool is 100% tax deductible. I have an athletic facility that I'll allow my employees to utilize. Guess what? That is 100% tax deductible. And you may say, well, Courtney, how in the world can you write off these things? They're tax codes. Like literally tax law says that you can write off your swimming pool, an exercise facility, a golf course, and a tennis court as an employee benefit, as long as you allow your employees to work on your property. Well, if you are in network marketing, you have a home-based business. You have and if you're working from home doing any sort of other to take advantage of these things. Not only can you pay your employer for you as employees, but you can also get massive tax benefits from it. So I'll shut up now.
That's okay. My internet was going off a little bit and I thought, oh no, we're going to lose it. So one of my favorite stories that you've shared is in your former home that you just moved out of. You had your employees there too. And you actually installed a swimming pool and a gym and wrote the build off as an employee benefit, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's 100% tax deductible. And just like I said, I mean, that is straight tax law. There's four things that you can write off as employee benefits that are in the tax code. And that was one of them. Yes. Now, because we have this new house, I can break out what it would have cost me to build that swimming pool, and I can depreciate the swimming pool. And that's perfectly legit. And we have an outside kitchen that we actually allow our employees to use because it's got a grill and a refrigerator and all that stuff. And, and then I have a farm. I have a goat and I have a pig and I have some chickens and all that stuff. And so, you can force that because those are therapeutic things, right? I mean, it's good for employees to be around animals and be outside and not be inside of a building, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And so, it's going to be really great because a majority of this house that we just bought, we're going to be able to write off now that I've got the employees back home. Now, our children work for us as well, but during the summer, they work at the office for the most part. And then, during the school year, they'll be able to actually go and work some in our 5-car garage. It's not a garage anymore. They've, changed out there's windows and French doors and stuff, but they'll be able to work there and we'll just kind of be able to disconnect it from my house. Because right now, I got some people working in the living room. I got people working in the dining room, teenagers and kids, because I'm trying to keep them going this summer. And then now we'll be able to move and relocate. But that's all tax deductible, every bit of it.
That's awesome. So you've written a couple books that are amazing. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yep. One of them is More Relaxing, Less Taxing. The other is What's Your Plan B? And you can either go to my website, otbtax.com, and you can get those books. You can also order them directly off of Amazon. And More Relaxing, Less Taxing is more along the lines of the subtitle is Why You'd Be Brain Dead Not to Own a Business. And it teaches you more tax education and knowledge. The What's Your Plan B book, that was kind of written to help people understand the power and the benefits of home-based business or network marketing. So that leans more toward, it has lots of tax content in there, but it's also giving people the understanding of why it's so important to do network marketing or to have a home-based business. So that's the subtitle, is Why You'd Be Brain Dead Not to Have a Home-Based Business. And I also have a really good TEDx on Why You'd Be Brain Dead Not to Have a Home-Based Business as well.
I'll update the post with those links too. And then a part of, so your accounting business, I had never heard that term before, a fractional CFO.
Right.
Meaning that you are a CFO for several small companies, right? And then you do taxes for people like me and small businesses. I'm sure you've got some big businesses too that you work with.
Yeah, I mean, our largest client's 120 million a year. And then our largest network marketing client is 30 million a year. So, and I mean, if you don't think the network marketing's legit, I mean, guys, like, here's the thing, when all of this crazy pandemic stuff happened to destroy our country, this planned thing that happened. That's about the best I'm gonna leave it at. The businesses that were brick and mortar suffered so badly, but the network marketing, it massively increased.
Right.
And so when you understand that, it's like you don't have to have employees, you don't have to have a brick and mortar location, you don't have to have inventory. And that's the thing I love about network marketing. That's also the bad thing about network marketing. And the reason why is because people don't take it as seriously as they should. Right? It costs a couple $100 to get started. But what they don't realize is that people spent millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to create a company with all the marketing materials, all the websites, all the products, all the research and development, all of these things. And the only thing they ask of you is share my product, right? And so it's a win-win situation that these people have found this product that they want to bring to market. And I have a friend of mine that's he owns a network marketing company and has had, he had a company that in the early 90s did 500 million a year, right? And he's just a valuable person in my life. And so, he asked in the beginning, why did you create a network marketing company? And this is from a company owner, right? So I want you to understand this. It's like I could create a retail product, right? And I could put that on the shelf. The problem is that you may have somebody at Walmart or at Target or whatever else selling this product, but nobody is actually selling the product. It's just on the shelf. So when you have a product that is far superior, and the network marketing industry has far superior products than the actual retail industry, if I put it on a shelf right beside one product that's supposedly great, and that product's $10, and this product over here is far superior, it's 5 times more powerful or 10 times better or whatever, and it's $25, there has to be a level of education that steps in that says, this is why this product is $25, and here's the synthetic version of it for $10 that's going to probably be very toxic for your body. And so, especially in the nutrition industry. And so there has to be a level of education that comes with that. Well, you can either, you can hire a whole sales team, and they can go out and they can sell that product and hopefully do a really good job of it, but you got to pay them, you got to give them car or give them car.
Crap.
Concept. It was just an affiliate concept, right? Sad part is you don't continue to get paid off of Amazon anymore.
Right.
The good thing about network marketing. And then on top of that, you get the benefit of it being a home-based business and be able to write off meals and mileage and cell phone and internet and business use of home. And you can hire your kids and you can travel all around the world and see, amazing people. And you can go to events and write off the continuing education, and you can get around the right people who are going to take you to the next level. Like that is the bigger picture. Like I didn't learn this stuff on my own. I spent $85,000 for 2 years to be a platinum partner with Tony Robbins because I knew that I could get there faster. Now, could I have made my own way? Sure. Yeah, people do it every single day, but you can condense time by going to events and listening to what people have to say and getting rid of the stupid things that they did, that messed up their business, and only focus on the things that they did to actually help their business. And along the way, you're attempting to earn an income. So now you're forcing all of that to be tax deductible.
Yep, absolutely. And I tell people all the time, this is such a personal development course that has a paycheck along with it. I'm a huge Ray Higdon fan. Like I'm a lifer. I spent many years following Eric Worre, and Eric casts the vision of what network marketing can be. And Ray breaks it down to the nuts and bolts.
Yes.
And how to do it step by step. And I'm so thankful that I found him March of 2020 and immediately changed me as a leader. And now I get to teach that back to my team. and watch them grow and watch them prosper. And you know, like everybody always says, like, I'm getting goosebumps. I want to be that person that somebody looks at me and says, because of you, I didn't give up.
That's right.
And it's such a beautiful place to be when you've got people that want to do the business. But like you said, some of them don't get invested
Correct.
because maybe they need some Eric Worre, you
Yep.
know, to cast that. So one more thing before we get done, you are very passionate about a couple of different organizations, Man of Relief
Yep.
and
The
the,
last one.
yep. Do you want to touch on one or both of those?
Yeah. So, 4 years ago, and I'll just be very honest. I actually had this same conversation with my staff this morning. 4 years. I think one of the hardest things that I had to deal with, especially in accounting, because it's so, people, all of these people just like swarm in around February to April 15th. And they like, I want my tax return. I want my tax return. I want my tax return. And we have about 3,000 clients. Last year we hit number 538 on the 5,000. This year we hit number 807. And as you get bigger, it gets harder and harder to increase 1,000%, within a 3-year period. And so, I was very broken, in a way. Like, our business was growing, but I was not in any way passionate or happy about what I was doing. And an even bigger picture, it was like, I'm working 18 hours a day. Clients don't know that. Clients have no clue how stressful it is. And you're working and you're trying to make ends meet and you're trying to make sure your children are taken care of. And you've got all this stress going on in your life. And the client would call and they're like, I'm not having my tax return, or the IRS didn't give me the money that I was supposed to get. And they would get mad at me. And I always felt like it was just about money. And it really hurt my heart. Like, I took it to heart. And, I didn't realize, like, for me now, I realized, well, gosh, they just needed the money, or they needed their tax return done so they could get their refund. And, I wasn't thinking about where they were in their stress level, in which we often don't. All I was thinking about is, man, you're so ungrateful. I'm spending 18 hours a day away from my family trying to make sure your tax return's done, and I'm going as fast as I possibly can. So I had this major issue, and I went to an event. I actually went to a network marketing event, just because I was learning about nutrition, and I was learning so much because I had a lot of major medical issues, and I don't have any of those today. Praise God. But I went to this event and I was so torn. I'm like, I could be over here helping people, as nutrition. I could be over here helping people health and wellness, get better, get healing, whatever. I could be over here providing nutrition for children, but I got to do tax returns. And I was in this dilemma. And so, sitting in this event, there was a travel company that came up and spoke, and they said, they said, for every $100 you spend with us, we're going to provide nutrition for a child for a month. And that really got me. And I was like, man, how much would it cost to provide nutrition for a child for a month? And I asked the owner of the company, and he said $2. And I'm like, $2 a day? And he said, no, $2 a month. He said, we can do it for about 7 cents a day. And currently 7 million children die a year due to malnutrition. And, and then on top of that, you've got medically fragile children who are suffering every single day. And I'm like, man, I could do that. And I will tell you, at that point, that was April of 2018. And we were just getting out of I had massive mercury poisoning and mold poisoning. And I was so very sick, and I was just getting better and getting out of it. So we didn't have a lot of money. And so I committed at that meeting that I was going to provide that nutrition for every dollar that came in my practice, that I was going to provide a serving of advanced immune support to children in need. And the first month, I remember, like, we didn't have the money to do it. And it was like $1,100. I think it was 15,000 servings, 7% of that, maybe it's like $800. I think it's more along lines. And I remember handing the check to Sam Castor from Man of Relief. And I said, can you hold this check for a couple weeks? Because the money's not there. And he said, sure. And so it kind of freaked me out because I just committed to doing something that I wasn't prepared to do. I didn't have enough money to provide for my family, much less. And we were making $15,000. I mean, but we were coming out of tax season, and tax season was when I made my most money. And that was April, right? So I gave him that money. And then 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from the IRS. I'd been waiting for 3.5 years on an audit, and the IRS owed me like $25,000. And I get a phone call that they had closed that audit and that they were sending me the check for the $25,000. And just in time for that check to clear. And then, so in the month of May, you expect, I'm an accountant, right? I'm just building up this firm. And this is the first time I'm doing this full time. Like, I didn't start building an accounting practice until June 30th, full time of 2017. So May, we make $22,000. And that $22,000, it was about $1,300, and I gave it, and I didn't have the money to give it. And the next week, my husband's grandma called us out of the blue, and she sat us all down, and she gave us all $5,000 and told us she wanted us to have it. And I'm like, man, God is so good. So fast forward, we're in year 3, making $400,000 to $500,000 a month. People ask me all the time, like, Courtney, why don't you just go back to network marketing? One, I provide more nutrition every single day than the number one income earner in the company that I was comparing myself to. I don't say that to brag. I mean, like, that's what my goal and my intention was, to find something that provided me purpose, right? Mm-hmm. I loved helping people. Like, I still love helping people, but I know now what my mission statement was, and that took me providing nutrition to children. So we're at about 15,000 children every day. Every single day, we provide for 15,000 children. And I'm not saying we give them food. What we do is give them nutrition. We've literally reversed 800 diseases with the nonprofit that we have. And so we're giving them hope. And now we're doing a sickle cell disease study, and we're actually reversing sickle cell disease in 2 weeks, right? We have a government-backed memorandum of understanding in the country of Nigeria, and we're literally reversing the signs and symptoms of what these kids are going through, these crises and bleeding out and all these things. And then adding on the last well, we started that in March of 2020, and we provided, by the end of that year, we finished out a project that was a 10-year project, and we finished it out on the day that God said it was going to end, 12/31/2021. And we provided water to 5.2 million people in that country, of which 2.6 million of them are under the age of 15. And here's why it's important. When we talk about, you can give to a lot of different places. One, I know where this money's going, right? I know where Mana Relief's going. I know where the money's going with the last well. It's going 100% to the project, right? It's not going to people's bank accounts to pay them to be administrative staff. And so, but I'm very heavily involved with sex trafficking. But here's what I've figured out, and I realize, is if you can provide nutrition and water to a country, sex trafficking decreases by 85%, because those are the necessities. So just by providing the needs that they have, you're decreasing medical spending, you're decreasing the need to go out and find more income, because these people are literally selling their children to pay for bills, to pay for groceries, so that the rest of the families can eat. And that's, we're heavily involved right now in Ukraine, and there's 110,000 children there in 700 orphanages, and they're selling the children to buy food for the rest of the children so that they don't starve to death. And that's been going on since this whole pandemic stuff has happened. They've increased sex trafficking in that country by 1,000%. And so we can end all of that by making money, by helping other people learn how to make more money and keep more of their hard-earned money, giving them products that are going to be better for them by far and healthy. We can all work together and build these amazing organizations that we have friends, and we have people that we can work alongside and do life with. But in the process, you've got to find some sort of purpose on top of that. And what were you put on this earth to do? And I know now that's my mission statement. It's my mission statement for life, is to teach more people how to have more or save more money so that they can have more, live more, and give more. And that's the true meaning of life, is giving back, right? But when you are living paycheck to paycheck and you don't know how in the world you're going to make ends meet, I've learned that giving back actually changes everything. And then for me, because I've done that, I can now nourish more children, and I can free more children from sex trafficking. And, it's just this little circle. So we teach more people, we save more money, we have more, we live more, we give more, and then we nourish more, we free more. And I mean, it just continues on. But it starts with stepping out of your comfort zone and telling people about a product or service that you like. And whether they tell you yes or no, it's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that you're getting a tax deduction by opening your mouth. And that's why I tell people, find something you're passionate about. Like, if you like travel, find a travel company. If you love nutrition, find a nutrition company. If you love, other products, find them. Okay. Find something you can open your mouth about, because all you need to do is run your mouth, whether that's with your fingers on social media or you're calling people out of the blue. And man, let's face it, people need people right now. We need to be getting together more. And what better way to get together more than to be able to make money together and save money in taxes and be able to educate people and take people to another higher level. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Thank
Absolutely. Thank you again, Courtney. You are just such a wealth of knowledge. Courtney does take new clients. So if you are looking for one of the best, she's one of the best. If you want to put in a swimming pool, talk to me about starting a business at home, and we can get that all written off with Courtney's help. So any last words, Courtney?
What I would just say, right now, people need this. People need to have something, right? And I think a lot of people actually get involved in the network marketing space or the home-based businesses just so they can have people to hang out with.
Yeah.
Right? They're looking for a place to belong.
Yeah.
And that's what you'll find in network marketing. If you're on the fence, if somebody's told you, you're going to hell or jail, I'm here to tell you that you're far from it. You're helping everyday people be able to stay at home with their families, live their life. Meanwhile, we're getting massive value by having products and services that you need anyway, that you should be buying from individuals instead of buying from large corporations. Let's face it. And at the end of the day, we can create this culture of, telling people. I was telling my staff today, if you sit around and say, I'm depressed or I'm stressed or I'm busy or I'm all these things, you will be. And you get just more of what you say that you are.
Right.
But if you sit around and say, I'm amazing, like my life is great, I mean, you will get more of that. You will, whatever you project in the world is exactly what you're going to get. And I didn't learn that from school. I learned that from Tony Robbins in the network marketing industry, right? And so when you understand that and you start getting around people that are at a higher level, your life just gets better. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to build a business to make $1 million or $100,000 a year. I mean, honestly, I never wanted to be $1 million company because I saw so much stress that was attributed to it. And now we have a $4 million company, which is crazy and amazing. I never would have thought, and if you don't think network marketing works, I built an entire network marketing or an entire accounting practice around the network marketing industry just by opening my mouth and sharing and helping network marketers understand the massive benefits of having a home-based business. I built it from $75,000 a year is what we were making in 2017. And I started opening my mouth. Actually, I didn't even really start speaking and teaching and doing tax strategy until August of 2018. And here we are, a $4 million company. And all I did was help the network marketing industry. And so imagine what you could be today if you get involved, you start learning, you start educating yourself. You're not going to make $1 million in the beginning. You're not going to make $100,000 a year typically in the beginning. Some people do, yes, but some people start at a different level. And so give it the time, effort, and energy that it needs in order to build a business and sustain that business. But meanwhile, save $4,000 to $8,000 a year in taxes and hang out with friends and hang out with people that are going places, right? Because there's a lot of people right now, they're just sitting around and they're not going anywhere. They're just miserable. And they're like, you know, things are going to get worse. Things are horrible. No, they're not. I will tell you this last thing. It's funny because sometimes, like when I'll do tax strategy sessions, because that's what I do all day long, is run my mouth. And I'll do these calls with people, and somebody will come from one company, and 3 or 4 hours later, I'll get somebody from the same company. It's like in the same day. I don't even know how it happens. But anyway, so the one person will be like, you know, everything's great. Like we've grown 3 times this year. It's been amazing. And I'm like, you know, and they're so upbeat and all this stuff. And I'm talking to them like, that's awesome. You know, here's what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 or 4 hours later, I'll get a call from the same company, you know, somebody from the same company. And they're like, you know, our business is just, you know, with all the economy, with everything, things are just so bad right now. And we're just losing everything. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true, because 3 hours ago, I just talked to somebody from your same company and they built their business 3 times. And so that must mean if they're in the same company as you, it's not your company, it's not your product, it's not your executive team, it's you. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I give them a check. Like, you have the ability to go out and do just what they did. I don't tell them their name, but you have, if somebody else can do it, so can you. The only difference is right here. Yeah. And so, but in the network marketing industry, you get paid to save money in taxes by going to these events that are going to fix this mindset. And the mindset is 90% of the way. Once you can fix that, and you know, if they can do it, I can do it too. Then at the end of the day, everything is just, it's like a cakewalk from there. Yeah. And getting over yourself. Like, this is not, I say that network marketing is for everybody. A lot of people say it's not. I'm like, it's for everybody except people that, you know, actually want to pay taxes, and, you know, they want to stay in their world. But for me, it's like, this is for everybody, because we all need the personal growth and development. We don't get that in school today. We don't get around good, positive people. And right. Even if you got that and was able to write it off on your taxes because you attempted to earn income, it would be worth it for the skills that I obtained from the network marketing industry. That's why I still go to network marketing events. Like, I love it when people invite me, because, you know, one, I'm speaking, which I love to do, but the other is just, I love to hear the wins. Like, where else do we go that we actually hear wins all day long? And people that are positive, and we all need that in our life. I mean, we need to get together more. We need to spend time more. We need to appreciate each other more. We need to congratulate each other more. And so I'm just excited on what's to come over the next, you know, several months and years of the network marketing industry, because we're going to see a lot of people leave the corporate America and flood to network marketing like it's going out of style, right?
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I love you, girl, and thank you so much for your time today. I hope this kicks off your live video series again, because you were hitting that hard a couple years ago, and I just appreciate all the information you shared today and the validation of the industry that I'm so passionate about. They're really, you know, like Eric always says, it's not perfect, it's just better.
That's right. That's right. It is better. It definitely is. And I mean, I'll tell you, like, there's some days man, if I could just go back to network marketing, but then you go back to what my purpose is. I can only do it with a few people in a network marketing company. In one company, I limit myself to sharing with the masses, and that's just not right. So,
well, right. And having all of the network companies come to you, you know, there would be, like, not betrayal. I mean, that's not betrayal.
No, it is. I mean, it definitely is a betrayal, right? I mean, I committed when I started doing this thing, I would never join a network marketing company, and I would never build it. And I don't need to build it. You know, I had somebody, I will tell you this, I had somebody in a network marketing company I was at last, and he's like, when are you going to stop doing taxes and being stressed out and all this stuff and come work with us? And I'm like, who are your people going to go to when they need somebody to talk them into staying in your company because they can't afford to pay for their products and pay for their utility bill that just went up 25%? Like,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and you keep doing what you're doing. There's not a lot of people that can handle the stress level like I can, but we were put here together, right? I'm the missing piece of the puzzle. And
Yep.
that's the way I feel about it. Like, I'm the missing piece. I'm over here saying, stay in, get the tax benefits, let the government give you the money back that because you're spending this in order to run your business. The government knows that it's beneficial, because if you start making more money, guess what? You get in a higher tax bracket. They get more of your money. It makes perfect sense. And but for those of you that think, well, I can't get involved in network marketing, or I'm making too much money now, or they're taking too much of my money, you're actually kind of going backwards, because you're making money and you're not having to necessarily pay taxes on it because of the tax benefits. And one thing, Tina, maybe we can link them up to the group, More Relaxing, Less Taxing, so they can get those deduction spreadsheets and they can see all the things that you can write off by having a home-based business. And then we can
Absolutely.
send them the link to if they want to schedule a tax strategy session. We charge $99 for a 30-minute tax strategy session, because it's not a consultation why you need to hire me. It's, here's all the things you're missing. Here's the expenses that you're missing. Here's the structure that you should be. These are all the things that you should do. And this is how much we'll charge you. So, and that takes a lot of our time. We do that all day long, every day.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, Courtney. I will get the groups, links to your book, and other links updated in this post when we're done. Appreciate you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all for hopping on today and learning with us. Bye-bye. There we go. Live stream stopped. Gosh, you're amazing. I can't even believe like I'm sharing a screen with you. But that's what I'm manifesting. I'm going to speak on Eric's stage. I'm going to speak on Ray's
That's
stage.
right.
Like, I see it.
It's
It's happening. It's not happening as fast as I want it to, but
That's, that's right. It would definitely happen. So if you need anything else, let me know.
I will. And how are you doing with your mold and mercury?
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I don't have any medical issues anymore. I had a fungal infection storing in my jawbone, and they cut out half my jaw and took the mercury out. I had two molars. They took both of those and took half my jawbone out. And then once that happened, I went through a massive 6-day detox, and I was perfect after that. So I'm
Okay.
all back and everything's good. I help a lot of people with it. So, I mean, there's a lot of people suffering with mold and mercury poisoning. They don't even know what to do. So,
Yeah. Well, I carry fulvic acid in my line.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know I've ordered some of the stuff from you. So you'll have to send me your link again. I've got all that other stuff. I ordered like $500 for the product, and I still have it in a bag. I've not even done anything with it.
The EMF stickers,
EMF stuff. Yeah.
get those on your laptops and your Wi-Fi routers and stuff in that office.
I do have the EMF stuff. I just,
Okay.
the other patches and
Oh,
stuff.
gotcha. Yeah. But fulvic acid can bind to the spike protein in
Yeah.
the COVID virus.
Oh, yeah. Well, send me the link on that.
I will. I will. All right. Thanks, Courtney. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Bye
Bye.
bye.